City Council in Quincy was supposed to make a decision on updating the city's fire safety codes.
It was a change that would also affect people looking to build a new house in the city, but they didn't because aldermen say they didn't have the documents they needed to make an informed decision in time for tonight's vote. And WGEM's Charity Bell is live in Quincy with details on this. Charity.
Daniel and Mackenzie aldermen say they received the preliminary information this afternoon, and that's not enough time for them to review it. Fifth Ward Alderman Mike Rind says there are more than 300 changes to the building code they didn't get a chance to fully review. Second Ward Alderman Jeff Bergman says the department head over the ordinance also didn't have the same documents provided to the alderman. It's for an ordinance council amended last week to not make it a requirement for new homes being built to have sprinkler systems, fire protection floors, and other fire safety measures. All 13 aldermen present tonight voted in favor of tabling this ordinance until the middle of January.
I just felt that the code deserved a thorough review before we reject or accept. And so that was the reason I asked for 6 weeks, so that all the aldermen had a chance to review the document in its entirety and get their questions answered.
Wednesday at 11 we had to have the packet, and some people were off because of the holiday, and some information that we thought was in the packet was not. And I know some aldermen are having problems receiving things on their tablets as we look at it on our desktops.
And while aldermen ask how can city staff prevent an issue like this from happening again, Trope says they're looking into giving staff the same devices that aldermen have so they can review how documents are delivered. And if there's a problem, they know what it looks like for everyone. Live in Quincy, Charity Bell, WGEM News.
All right, thank you, Charity. And tonight, the Quincy Director of Inspection and Enforcement, Michael Seaver, said tabling the adoption of this ordinance for at least the next 6 weeks will not put them behind schedule. However, he says the council needs to have a decision made and effective by May 1st.